Hi dolls, welcome back to my channel. If you are watching me on IGTV, be sure to follow me at Sage Beauty Blog. If you're watching me on YouTube, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I truly appreciate it. Please be sure to like, leave me a sweet comment, and subscribe to my channel. And you can hit the little bell so you always know when I upload. You'll get a really nice notification. I'm coming to you today with no concealer and no foundation because we're going to be focusing on how to wear foundation when you're 3 different shades of brown. So if you're a medium to deep skin tone, you're going to pick up color in the summertime. It's July 4th, so happy Independence Day. I hope everyone's having fun. We're going to be on the beach, we're going to be in the park, we're going to be walking around. So for me, even though it's still early in the season, my chest has gotten tan, but I'm using good skincare and lots of sunscreen, so my face and my neck are not as tan as, say, my arms and my shoulders, because I don't wear much clothes in the summer. So basically we're going to talk about today how to balance out your skin tone, even everything out when you're not the same shade all over, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. So I'm wearing this crop top from Fashion Nova so you guys can see how I match my foundation to my chest. So normally my winter shade, or I'll say my cooler shade, is the Huda Beauty Full Filter in Chocolate Mousse. This is 450G. So it has a golden undertone. It's matte. It's full coverage. I love, love, love it. Okay. But I decided to try a new foundation recently, and I did talk about it on my channel, which is the Tarte Shape Tape. Now, this is the Tarte Face Tape, and it's the Double Duty Beauty. Yes, I keep saying Shape Tape because I love the Shape Tape concealer, but this is actually Face Tape foundation. It's on the damn bottle, okay? There you go, Face Tape. And then my original shade that I tried was 53H Deep Honey. So this was my cooler shade, or winter shade, however you want to say it. I prefer to just say cooler shade. And then because I'm starting to get a little bit tan from being outside more, living my best life, etc., etc., I did get a little bit deeper. So last week, Ulta was having a special promotion on Double Duty Beauty. So I picked up a darker shade, which is 57S, which is Rich Sand. But as you can see, my cheeks here are still pretty light. They're still basically the color of my Huda Chocolate Mousse, and basically the color of my Deep Honey, which was my first purchase of the Tarte. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these together along with the Shape Tape powder, which I've recently gotten back into pressed powder because it's summer and I'm here for this powder. So eyes are done. Brows are done. We're going to start to prime the face. So my current favorite way to prime the face is with the Nymph from Huda. I take just a teeny bit of that, and now that it's summer and I still have dry skin even in the summer, for real, I take a little bit of the Peach Slices Starlit Glow Highlighting Moisturizer. This is just like a lightweight moisturizer that helps give you a glow. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques sponge and I'm just going to pat this all over. And this is how we're going to prep the skin. And it's just going to give a nice glow underneath. I'm not wearing any complexion, so you guys can really see my skin. And this beauty mark that people ask me about is a real beauty mark. I've had it. I was born with it. I've had it my whole life. And this feels just nice and cool on the skin. Okay. Alright, so now that we're prepped, and this moisturizer feels so nice and cool on the skin, it's amazing in the summertime. So, what I've discovered is, even though this takes maybe a couple more minutes than normal, it's so worth it, because when I started using this technique, I noticed that I was getting even more compliments on my makeup. So I'm going to take my original shade, which is 53H Deep Honey. I'm going to take a little bit right here. And I'm going to take my sponge and My sponge is already damp. This is the Real Technique sponge, which I just picked up at Ulta. I take the Huda Beauty Resting Gloss Face, which you need in your life, 125%. And I actually moisten the sponge with this. Because again, it's summertime, it's hot, you want your makeup to stay. So I find that after I moisten my beauty sponge, then I spray it with the Resting Gloss Face. So we're going to take the lighter shade and we're going to put this just in the center of the face. So literally right here. I keep my forehead pretty light because it's just easier. So right here on the chin, on the sides of my nose, maybe just to like the center of my eye, or you could even use the arch of your brow as a demarcation. And then I'll just like pat my forehead all the way down the nose and around the mouth. And you can see the skin is starting to look more even as well. But because, as you can see, I've gotten tan here and also here, we're going to go up to our darker shade, which is 57S Rich Sand. So the S has a nice golden undertone. I'm very, very yellow. Then we're going to spray again with the Resting Gloss Face. I am almost finished this because I'm so obsessed with it. I feel like this is the first setting spray I've finished quickly because I love it that much. So right on the perimeter of the face, just on the perimeter, I'm going to put that darker shade. And I'm just going to pat. Don't swipe, you just want to pat, because sponges, as much as we love a good beauty sponge, they do have a tendency to sometimes pull up product and kind of swipe away some of your work. So right over here. So what I like to do is I just press, and with the Resting Gloss Face, it just lays so nicely and doesn't move. Okay, right over here, and you can see everything is starting to look more even. Then I'm going to flip it over and just press. Continue to press it. So it just kind of makes everything really, really seamless. And my sponge is not super damp. Like before I started filming, I wet it, and then I squeezed it out 3 times, and then I just put it aside. Then I started filming. So the sponge is moist, but not damp. We don't want it to be too damp, actually. Okay. Ta-da. Alrighty. And if you feel like you want to go a little bit deeper, you can. So I'm going to put a little bit, build up the coverage. This foundation gives me like a nice soft matte finish. It's long wearing. It matches wonderfully. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit of the darker color and just put it right here on my chest. And you can see how it just blends in. And it's so natural. Love it. And just so you can see the contrast, I'm going to put the lighter shade on the other side of my chest so you can just see how tan I got. Yes, it's a thing. It's a real thing. I'm just going to leave that there so you guys can kind of get a sense. You see, this matches the chest. This matches the center of my face. So this is why it's so hard to wear foundation in the summertime, which is why I decided to do this video. And you're not contouring. Like, I don't want you to think that you're applying it like contour, because you're really not. You're literally applying on the perimeter. You're not creating shadow. You're just evening out the canvas. Okay. Also, bring it down to your neck and the jawline. We don't do that enough any time of the year. Make sure the jawline and everything is perfect. Now, we have the face. It looks natural, it looks even. Now we're gonna do the concealer. I'm currently still loving my Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. This shade that I'm currently using is Toasted Almond. I'll probably switch over to Peanut Butter as the season goes on. So I'm just gonna put a little bit, and I'm using a Real Techniques concealer brush, which is now my new favorite way to apply the concealer. I don't apply it right out of the tube because it's very pigmented, and I like to have control over the product. There we go, just on the sides. Take our sponge, and I really feel that since I started using my sponge not so damp, I'm getting better application, because when it's really wet, it moves everything around. It's better it's just moist, or just put a dab of setting spray. And I feel you'll get a much better application. And I've also noticed that my makeup lasts longer when I do that. Okay. Also, my lights are a little bit cooler right now. Let me know how you guys like the new lighting situation, because we're trying different things. And now we're going to set our concealer. We're going to use our Fenty powder. I was originally using honey, but because I picked up some color, I decided to try hazelnut, which has been a good change for the summer as well. And I also use it on my eyelids too, to set my concealer before I do my eye makeup. If you guys want a video on how to set your eyes for concealer, for eye makeup, leave a comment below. I'm not going to do a full bake today, but I am going to press in the powder because we're going to still apply powder foundation after this. So I'm not going to do a full bake with this look right now. And this is the hazelnut. Loving it. So now we're going to try a totally new product, which is the Shape Tape Powder Foundation. I'm using this shade 52N Deep Neutral. This is what it looks like. It goes on a little darker than what it looks like in the pan. So you don't have to be like, oh my god, that's going to be too light. Da, 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 da. No. Give it a chance. Stay with me. I also love the packaging. Kind is the new pretty. Yes, it is. And I think that's something we all need to remember on our country's Independence Day. So I'm just going to start lightly pressing in the powder. And this powder, I haven't been this excited about a pressed powder since Kat Von D came out with her Lock-It Powder Foundation like 9 years ago, and then she relaunched it. So I'll probably do a powder video. But this powder, now that it's summer, is saving my life. Like, even with my dry skin, it is saving my life because the color is amazing. It keeps the makeup on all day. And I don't get the shiny forehead struggle when it's like 5 o'clock and I'm leaving work. I don't feel the need to touch up. Okay. Boom. All right. So, of course, we got to have a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to use my Prime Beauty bronzer in Bronzeville. This is still a staple product for me. I have some other bronzers that I like, but I still always go back to this one. And I'm just going to lightly warm up the face. Again, I'm not doing a full contour. This is just going to be a soft summer glam type of look. And if you guys want a tutorial on this eye look, let me know. Everything on my eyes is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to do a little bit on the sides of my nose. A little bit here. Right there. And a little bit on the jawline. I'm all about a defined jawline because my face is very narrow. So I really like a defined jawline. And now we just need a pop of color on the cheeks. Here for some blush. I bought this at Christmas and I'm still obsessed with it. This is the Becca Après Ski palette and it has a color in here called Winterberry that's like the prettiest pink, and I'm obsessed with it. And it has like a demi matte finish to it. I love a matte blush. Also, leave a comment below if you're team matte blush or team shimmery blush. I go back and forth, but right now I'm in the matte blush stage. I think mainly because it's summer and I just want to be matte. Okay? And now we're just going to finish off complexion with a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to use probably this nice gold one here. And then I'm going to put a little bit here, just like where the light might capture me. Okay. And I'm using a Sephora collection. This is the Sephora collection fan detailed brush. Greatest fantail brush ever invented because it's small, so you can really do the nose and hit the cheekbone. And it is densely packed, more densely packed than your average fantail brush, so you can pick up more product. And we can really pound on that highlighter because we don't know how to act on this channel when it comes to highlighter. A little bit on the side of the nose. Okay. Now I'm going to take my spray, which I'm obsessed with. You need this setting spray. It keeps you matte. It prevents transfer. Keeps everything in place. You'll thank me later. Alright, so that's it. You can see now, I'm going to take the hair down. Of course, we have to take the hair down when we finish the makeup. And, oh yeah, I have brown hair right now. So that's it. At this point, all you would have to do is put on your favorite lashes, and I would probably going to do a nude lip, or you could even do a red lip if you wanted to, because the eyes are so neutral and the skin is so fresh. You can see everything looks really natural. Everything matches. This is my original color, the color in the center of my face. The color that's everywhere else is on this side. You can't even see it. So I feel like this is a